Hi everyone, and welcome to Playing with Pros. I'm Aaron, better known on Board Game Arena as webberaj, and I'm just about to jump into another live arena game on the Fire and Ice map. Looks like I've got a match, so let's jump over to the game board and have a look at the setup. Looks like I'm in seat 1, so what are we seeing here? Lots of workers in the track. Big building events round 3 and 5. Round 3 is like oftentimes if you're playing like a faction with a good economic stronghold but you still want to open a temple, round 3 is a good time to get that out. It's still fairly early for factions like nomads, can be a good time for witches, Orin for instance. Temple round 4 and then back-to-back big building, that's a little awkward. I mean, some factions might make utility out of getting a round 4 temple into like a round 5 sanctuary, is sort of the only thing that I see there. And then round 6 trading posts is a fine enough scoring event for most people. Does mean our trading posts probably aren't going to get up until a little later, and unless you have water 1, that's the only way to score off them because there's no trading post bonus tiles. So looking at the bonus tiles, no trading post. What else isn't there? There's no 6 coins, there's no priest. We do have temp ship and the shipping bonus, so there's a decent early expansion. Round 1 dwelling, the dwelling scoring, temp ship, and shipping bonus, like it all kind of plays into sort of an early expansive game, but then not really building trading posts until the end. It's a little awkward. I would expect mermaids will probably get picked here, I guess. Although the cult rewards aren't very good for them, they're not have to get the first one. The other option, if nothing's really making sense, is just to pick a faction that I think I can do well. I mean, dwarves have some play here. I mean, the workers are nice for them. The scoring is a little bit worse. They can leverage some earth coins. Both the shipping bonuses are in, which is kind of annoying. Alchemist would be nice for a change, he says. Yep, fair enough. I'm not sure I'm going to put in Alchemist, but I won't complain if second seat passes up on Darklings and allows them to pick it. My sort of go-to faction when I don't really know what to do on this map seems to be cultists these days. I'll just toss them in and see what other people do. Witches. Also just going to take a look at these players' elos. Sometimes this gives me... I've played with this individual before. Looks like your streams ran here with cultists and witches. Yeah, fair enough. And nomads. That's fun. Just taking a look at these players really quick. Isolation. I think I've played them. I know I've played this person before. Yeah, they're a strong player. Wow, they've got over 1,000 games. Yeah, cool. Okay. So who's the best here? Well, someone really just picked sandwich nomads with giants. That's kind of gross. Witches are in second seat, are best. Giants get the big bonus. Nomads take a dig, and then witches get temp ship. Sure. Or nomads take temp ship, and then you get a dig. I would be completely fine with either of those situations. Time Ship's just too much fun on this map. So, I mean, that was the easy part of this analysis. Of course, witches are good, but we can't just necessarily continuously bid down witches. I am not, after all, Ranier, so I'm probably not going to bid witches down to 8 points or something like that, as much as I would love to. So who would we pick next? I mean, probably just cultists, right? Nomads are, yeah, this is reasonable just to speed. I'm still going to bid on witches for, I don't know. Nomads are sandwiched, or they're half sandwiched. Giants are always a funny, everyone's sort of color sandwiched with giants, sort of. Giants, of course, being a red faction, they want all of the red hexes as much as possible, and they usually do a good job of getting a bunch of them. But if you're nomads here, giants aren't interested in your yellows any more than they're interested in witches' greens. So I say it's a half sandwich because, of course, nomads and cultists are fighting over territory. Nomads are fighting over giants' territory. So giants are going to bug nomads, and that giants are going to take all of their reds, and nomads need some of the reds. It's still not great here for nomads, but I also see this being a round 3 stronghold for nomads, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah, exactly, Ranier. It's like having 1.5 color neighbors instead of at least 2. And then I know I've pointed this out before, but when you're looking at 3 factions together, there's sort of a 3-in-a-row color. The other faction, so in this case it's witches, is always going to be lopsided. So witches is slightly closer to red. So if red was chaos magicians, would make the analysis a bit better. You would actually say that nomads would have the most neighbors, followed by chaos magicians, followed by cultists. So just looking at it from a color perspective, obviously witches are obviously have the least color interaction, but then it's cultists. I mean, you can argue giants as well actually have some utility in that regard, because they'll just open with a stronghold and they'll get their big building pass tile, and then they'll just dig whatever they want. So the question for me is, how much do we bid witches down, knowing full well that I'm not really the most, like, not the greatest witches player. Which someone in the table chat saying witches won't go above 10. I mean, I still take witches here. I think probably by the time it comes back around, like, I think I'll jump into cultist here with witches at like 12. What am I making these numbers up? Like, basing these numbers off of? Not much. Subjective feelings that are probably incorrect. But I don't know. I mean, cultists aren't 20 points worse than witches here, are they? Cultists don't have any other cult factions, so that's helpful. Giants will probably, well, it depends on when giants get a temple out. I mean, those fireworkers or air workers look pretty nice for giants. I can see them trying to do some damage there. There's also an argument that if you're going to get some priests to cult, it's better to do so before round 4, because you can send priests to cults and get workers and coins back. So that's kind of nice. If you're like giants, nomads will probably attack fire in that regard. So, I mean, but as far as cult factions go, the classic cult factions are like swarmlings, who can build a town ridiculously quickly. Probably one of the easiest factions to build a town really early with. So they generally get a sanctuary out quick. They get priest production up. They take 2 keys. They just go to town. So like swarmlings, chaos magicians tend to attack cults a little later, but they do a good job of it. Cultists, Orin, of course. And then some people would argue dwarves can be kind of a culty faction, only in that they don't have to They tend to want to get a temple out early, but they have nothing really to do with their priests unless they're upgrading digs, because they don't ship. Fakirs don't ship either, but they need a priest for jumping, and dwarves don't. They use workers, so they have priest production generally pretty early in the game. Most dwarves players open with a temple and you have priest production. Nothing to do with the priest other than convert them to workers on the cults. But anyhow, point being, none of those factions are in, so it actually makes the cult war a little bit easier. There's also no priest in the past tiles, so slightly less access to priests for people. So yeah, I'm sort of with, I don't know, we'll call them Max. I'm kind of with Max here. I'm probably have to jump to cultists right around now. Rainier just asked, you're off to Fire 2, but pumped that I'm streaming. Look forward to watching later. I feel like you haven't promoted this channel much. Is that on purpose? I'm not sure if you're still on the stream or not, but I'll answer regardless. Yeah, I'd say I haven't gone out of my way to promote that I'm streaming, and I haven't gone out of my way to hide it. I think a few people have found out, probably because it shows up on Discord. For those who have me on Discord, that I'm streaming. I have been doing my best to get used to Fire and Ice in general, and I've been struggling on this map, but have been getting better. But I've noticed that, like, I feel like I just got somewhat decent at Fire and Ice, and then when I stream games, I like having to like talk and play and come up with things to say. My gameplay has just like plummeted. So part of me has just been like trying to stream into the void to get some streams under my belt before I like go out of my way to invite a bunch of people. Not that I care that people see me lose. I lose lots of Terra Mystica games, and that's fine, but I also feel like I wanted to somehow get a little bit better at streaming and a little bit better at playing well while streaming before I start like going out of my way to invite people. So that's really it, but I'm totally happy that people are jumping in. Like I said, I'm not doing anything to prevent people from jumping into these streams. I've just like haven't been going out of my way to like let folks know about it either, if that makes sense. Oh, cool, Relentless, you said you found the YouTube channel. Yeah, I've been recording these streams as well and then posting them to YouTube, which also has a link on my Twitch channel. You can find the YouTube channel there as well. Okay, so who are we bidding here? I think I'll take Cultist down another point. Oh, that's awesome, Ranier. That's super great. Ranier says, I get the difficulty in playing while streaming and then still paying attention to chat too. Yeah, it's a lot to figure out. And although most of the stuff I do say, I analyze in my head, putting stuff into words takes extra brain power. And also the other thing is sometimes when I'm thinking about something that I should or shouldn't do or that I'm taking into consideration, it's really part of like a larger strategy concept in Terra Mystica that I tend to want to, for the sake of people who come across the stream that are like newer to Terra Mystica, sort of go on a bit of a tangent about. And I am known to be a bit chatty, so I often end up like trying to find words for the strategy that I'm thinking about, but also then spending extra energy talking about Terra Mystica strategy in general, and then I get distracted and my clock runs down and that kind of thing. So I'll probably also learn to just like maybe not talk all the time. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks, Rainier. We'll see you soon. Oh, thanks, Relentless. I'm glad to hear. That's awesome. So here we have some bids. So this is interesting. This player here, this Max character, who's a very high-rated player, has jumped over to Nomads with 30 points. Now again, we talked about the fact that there's some sandwiching going on. Normally on this color wheel, this looks super ugly. Witches are over here and Nomads are right in the middle. However, two things. We already talked about that the Giants really are only like half a color neighbor, because they don't care about your yellows. You just care about their reds. So they're half a neighbor. Also, given this track, I think Nomads are imagining building a stronghold at round 3, in which case, once again, they'll just blow through whatever kind of hexes they need to form their towns. This seems a little early for me, so I will take a tick off of cultists. I still kind of like... what can I say? I always like cultists. They're probably... Nomads will be decently annoying, though. So I should think about the starting spots here. Temp ship is in the game. If we're cultists here, giants take big building, nomads take dig. I presume witches take temp ship. I love temp ship as cultists, but I don't think we can make any assumptions that that's what we'll get. So without temp ship, is C3 still really attractive? Nomads probably start C5. So what does D8 really do for us? Even if we do steal B6 from nomads, we can't form a town over there, because there's no way to bridge. So then D8 is basically a stranded temple that allows us to get down the river to like E6 and down to the I's, I8 and 9. But otherwise it's mainly a stranded temple. So D8 doesn't seem that great. So perhaps we still consider C3 and we dig D5 when we can. It's probably okay in this matchup not to take D5 turn 1. We don't have mermaids in this game and darklings aren't in the game. So we could probably still start on C3, upgrade there if we need to, depending on where the power party is, and then either upgrade ship or jump into temp ship on another round and still take the D5 hex. Nomads may start on D4, so towning could be awkward, like double dig B5, B4, giants get there, dig A4, and then a bridge. Like, it's all kind of gross, but there could be a town there, D5, C3, B5, A4 with a bridge. Maybe D3 is just a stranded temple and it's a launching point to D5 and C2 and A2 and all those kind of northwest hexes that are really juicy for us. And then the second hex probably just goes on H4. We assume nomads go I4. Because if they're getting a stronghold out, I4, I5, I6, and H7 is actually a fairly efficient town. They can use one sandstorm and a bridge to get four yellow hexes, or they can just sandstorm I3, I5, or even spade I3 in the first couple rounds, because they will be getting some spades out, ignore the bridge, and they still have, 4 hexes down there. Which means maybe we upgrade our temple on H4 and we end up with a sanctuary town H4, H3, G2. Unless, of course, nomads. And then where do nomads start? So they probably start I4, they probably start C5, and then maybe D4. If they start G2, that's really annoying for us because it makes our sanctuary town from H4 difficult, but it makes our town on C3 easier. Yeah, so the more I look at this, like, nomads are just annoying. They're just kind of annoying. Yeah. Yeah, Rainier, it kind of surprises me too, max on nomads. Where do people start here? Like, how much leech are we getting here as witches? Previously, I had said I was jumping into cultists at 30 when witches were at 12, so for the sake of consistency, I'm arguing that witches are 18 points better than cultists, which means cultists have been bid down a good bit. But witches are at 9 points, and so it just feels weird to continuously bid them down. Like, are witches 25 points worse than giants? Like, probably not, no. Do we like to play giants? Also no. Nomads also just don't seem great here. Where do people start here? I feel like if I was like average at playing all these factions, I would probably bid on witches and then strongly consider jumping over to giants in not too long. Maybe, maybe I'm crazy there, but I have a tendency to muck up witches games. So coming in at 9 points and muck, doesn't feel great. Yeah, so as witches, I think we're getting temp ship here. We're getting temp ship or a spade. Okay, so that's not terrible. We probably get d6, a5, a6, c4 as a town. Giants presumably start d7. Nomads c8. Maybe cultists are c3. We're in the middle of a lot of power. Alright. I'll bite. I think this is too low for me on witches, to be honest. So I think I'll probably chicken out if someone jumps over. But someone might take giants. I don't know. Someone might take giants here. In Relentless, you find the towning as cultists on this map very difficult, but the expansion of 2-ship is really nice. Yeah, I hear that. Obviously, with yellow not in the game, it makes it a lot easier. And it does usually involve some bridges. That's been my experience. No yellow in the game, and let's also assume we get d5. There's usually a c3 to d5 town, d8, c5 to b6 and stuff, and then something on the southern peninsula often. Yeah, so my plan here is basically to open with a temple wherever I'm going to get the most leech. Cultists do go d8. My goodness, that's interesting. I hope to get temp ship. And then worst case scenario, even if I don't get a particularly good power action, I would get 2 dwellings out. Otherwise, I take double spade if it comes to me without temp ship. Well, if temp ship doesn't come to me, then I'm getting a spade, so then I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Anyhow, I just go c4 here. So Ranier says, I think Witch's Bid is probably good, although I'll be tempted by Giants soon. Getting good leech, both early and continuously throughout the game, is Giants from the center, along with getting d7, e3, e2. Okay. d7 is obviously the red center, e3 is the black, which they take presumably first turn, and then e2 they probably build on. So getting leech through those 3 hexes. Pretty likely for giants, and all that seems really good to you. Yeah, I hear ya. That is a lot of... I'm a bit surprised by cultists play in here, but everything else makes sense just because I feel like there's going to be a lot of leeching going on here. And giants are going to profit from that greatly. And I think we will profit off it pretty well, too. I mean, maybe cultists do go c3 here. I don't really know. I don't think they do. That seems silly. Because I think nomads go d4, and then it mucks up the c3 to d5 stuff. I don't know. I'm not in love with d8 as a placement for cultists, but I'd be interested what other people think about it. Oh, Fire 2 open is behind schedule, is it, Ryan? Okay, cool. Well, not cool. I'm sorry to hear that. Randy, are you playing in Fire 2.0 this game tonight? I've honestly lost track of the schedule. Okay, so I have a tendency to, when I'm watching games, pay attention to other people's games as much as my own, which is not always great, but I'm not sure how I feel about Cultist starting placement here. I mean, it is sad to, miss out on a power party, so I guess hence the D8 play. But D8 and C3 together, they can't dig anywhere from D8 unless they're expecting to get temp ship, which I don't know what world they think they're getting temp ship in first seat. I mean, if they were able to miraculously get temp ship and double dig or something in round 1, yeah, that would solve a lot of these problems. But they can't connect from D5 to C3, so they still have to go south along the southeastern river. Yeah, so we just take temp ship here, and life is pretty good. So who gets double dig here? Giants don't want it. Well, probably not. I can't imagine why they would. They probably want... do they just want workers? They want probably just coins? I think I still upgrade on C4, because that's where I want my sanctuary, and I get just as much, I get more leech. So I think I just do this and upgrade on C4. Am I giving anyone double dig? Because what's really tempting is a trading post from 5 dwellings. It's a lot of fun. I go here, cultists. Yeah, so cultists can have double dig, I guess, is the thing, because nomads are going to upgrade C5, and there's nothing I can do about that. So we just do this. Oh, sorry, Ranu, I didn't mean to kick you while you were down there. I totally forgot that, yeah, about that game that you played. I've done a bad job of watching some of the games live. I've been catching them on YouTube later. So we do get double dig here, which seems pretty great. So I think digging... Okay, so I have 4 workers left. My spades would go on E5 and D6. I would build on D6 and E5 and D9 and... Oh gosh, I only have 4 workers left. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So... yeah. I think I just do this. So whenever I have temp ship, obviously I want to like make as much use of it as possible, which means get myself to as many places that I wouldn't otherwise be able to get to. I have 3 workers left, which means I can't build on A6, D9, and G6. I mean, when people give me leech, I suppose I could actually take a workers action, but that... I feel like I might want that power later for coins. But it's tempting. So the question is, where do I want my 3 dwellings? I should secure E5. And then I can pick 2 with the remaining resources that I have, assuming I'm punting a temple to the next round. I can build on 2 of the following 3 hexes: A6, G6, and D9. I feel like D9... I mean, none of the hexes are particularly contested other than the Giants factor. But they might stomp on G6 because G7 is over there. Is next to it. They can get from G6 to G... I don't really know Giants very well on this map, but I feel like of them, G6 is slightly more contested. Do I want to give cultists their power now? Is there any chance? There's no chance they build a sanctuary this round. I don't see why I would build on E9. I mean, I have to give these people power at some point anyhow, so does it really matter? Not really. I mean, there's a chance Giants get a coin action this round. Oh no, coins are gone. Is there a chance someone digs on that nomads dig on A7? Yes, there is. Is that where they dig? Not necessarily. Well, it's possible. We'll see. Probably, I don't know that there's really, that matters all that much. Where I place these, or in what order I place these dwellings, I'm just trying to figure out if there's like a slight difference. And there's like a chance that I get a free power when this turn when nomads build on A7, but I don't even know that they will. They have a pocket spade, so I mean, they probably just put it on B7. That way they can get temple 4 dwellings into round 1. That seems really good. Yeah, so Giants have been off to a decent start, is what the table chat is saying. Yeah, I guess they've gotten a good bit of leech since they put up their trading post. There's been temples built and a dwelling. They've got 9 leech this turn or something like that. So what do cultists do? Nomads took the Nomads took the priest on them. Or no, cultist. What happened? So I kind of lost track of what some of these other players are doing. There's a priest on Earth, and also nomads have a priest. So someone 5-powered a priest. Did cultists 5-power a priest to Earth? They sure did. And excuse me 1 second, I have a Siamese cat screaming at the door, which loves to make an appearance. I'm not entirely sure what cultists do here. They 5-powered a priest. They've gotten great leech. And they're getting more from me this turn. And they know that. They 5-powered a priest to Earth. Fair enough. They just have worker power to start off with. There's a single spade left, but there's not really anywhere that they can use it. I guess I can be a little bit annoying to... Oh, no, it doesn't really matter. Giants are going to upgrade to their stronghold next turn and give cultists the power they need for a single spade. So they know they're getting 2 power anyhow. So cultists are going to... So they've used all their power this turn. 5 power for a priest to earth. It's expensive. 3 power for a bridge, which isn't the greatest, like, it's not a great, like, economic thing to buy, for lack of a better word. But that's what they've done. And now they're going to take the single spade action on d5, and then end with temple 2 dwellings. Interesting. So cultists just upgraded to a trading post. Not really sure what that is all about. So I think we just build another dwelling here. And then... I've gotten so much leech this turn. Is it worth it to use 3 power to build another dwelling on d9? I mean, it's awfully tempting. It's awfully tempting. It's also incredibly tempting to pass for the dwelling bonus and start next turn with 7 coins. I mean, as much as, like, trading post 6 dwellings round 1 sounds pretty badass. I think passing for the dwelling bonus, which comes with 3 coins, and taking a 7 coin action and just having 16 coins and 6 workers sounds not very bad either. So I think I go that route. I mean, the greedy thing would be fun, but I think also taking the coins from the table is probably really smart. Maybe I get out a temple next round for something. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this. I mean, that can't be that bad. The question is, do we temple next round? Problem with not templing is I just get completely crushed in the cults, and I actually feel like I should try to get... there's only one cult faction here. Cultists, nomads opened with a temple. Giants didn't, obviously, because they're giants. Getting priest production, I think, will definitely pay off, both in endgame scoring and also priests that we get to the cults before round 4 turn into coins. So if I can attack the air cult a little bit and get both coins and workers back from it, while also scoring points at the end of the game, I just feel like that kind of makes a good bit of sense. Yeah. Giants had enough resources that Giants might put out a trading post this turn. So they have tempo on getting Earth 1. Yeah, and I think they do. So I just take the coins. Because nomads can take the coins. So I'll just grab them up. So nomads have upgraded ship once. They did that last round. And they have temp ships. This round they're sitting on 2 ships, which is very strong for them. They can grab D4 and G2. So where do witches' towns go in this game? I hate bridges, so and double dig has come back to me, which seems really good. So I think if I take 2 spades, I'll take this hex here, A5, and maybe F5, and then this becomes a town, F5, G8. I realize you can't see my mouse cursor, so I'll try to just make reference to hex names. F5, G8, and then the third town could be like, I mean, maybe cultists, in order to connect, are going to have to build on E6. So I could possibly go D9, D10, D11, and then try to take E7 from them before they get it. Otherwise, I can build a town like on D3, D2, C1, that kind of stuff. Not really sure. But I think certainly F5 and A5 are good. So let's do that. Now, is there a reason why we want to build in one place over another? Not really. What's Giant shipping at? Giants are 0. Only nomads have shipping right now, so no one can touch anything, so I don't really care. I won't run down my clock. So I'll just continue to build out more dwellings. Because the more I can get dwellings out early and score off them, the less I really have to worry about it. The less I have to like worry about not having Earth 1. So like round 1 I scored off of, because it was a dwelling round. Round 2 I'm scoring off it because I'm digging for 2 points each and then scoring 1 point off all my dwellings. So like, and then with a ton of workers, I can afford to do the odd hard dig here and there. So basically my power is coins, which is great. So maybe this round I temple for water 1. And then next turn I get out a stronghold on like E5, and then I can take F3. Or take D3. I feel like F3 is really important. No, I would stronghold and get onto F3. And then carve out a third town wherever it makes sense at that point in time. What just happened? Nomads and cultists. Okay. This hex was yellow to begin with, and so here's what happens when I'm not paying attention. Someone dug that to something other than yellow, and the nomads just dug it back. So cultists must have... Does anyone in chat remember what happened here? So I'm so busy talking about my own game that, like, no one got this cult speed bonus. So someone dug this to brown? Cultists dug that with a single spade or something, but didn't secure it? Oh my gosh. Cultists and nomads are just tearing each other's apart. So Max, who's playing cultists, and you probably all saw this, it's only news to me, hard dug that and declined build. Not sure why. Nomads burned 2 power to have an extra worker and 2 coins so they could hard dig and build this. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just staying the hell away from all that stuff. Not entirely sure what their issue is. Doesn't look fun though. Now, the only other thing that's kind of tempting to do with my workers, might be a little too early, but is, yeah, so it's tempting, but not tempting enough. So is I have 4 workers left, so I could punt the temple until another round, hard dig G8, and build a dwelling with my resources. It's worth 2 points because of the dig. If you're going to hard dig, you might as well get 2 points off it. I also have the dwelling bonus. Means I don't get a temple, and because of this round 4 coin event, I'm just a little concerned. At that point, does it make any sense to build a temple in round 3? Not really. So you can't have everything. Feel free to disagree with me here, but I think what the other consideration is that by this dwelling, it's really just a scoring consideration because I'm not getting any, you don't get any worker income off your last dwelling. So if I had 2 dwellings left, and it was also like I was getting a worker and 3 points, that might be a bit more of a consideration. I kind of want a temple though. So I think I just get a temple and then I pass for, gosh, I have no idea. No idea. I think I just get a temple here. Because I'm going to need to build trading posts a lot earlier anyhow. Because I'm out of dwellings to build. So if I like want to get like a stronghold next turn, I'm gonna need to build a trading post. So I might as well just like have water 1, so I'm getting points while I'm doing that. All right, well, so I guess the other consideration here, is it worth it to build a trading post this round? Trading posts are generally an obnoxious, like a bad way to get econ. Like I need to build a trading post anyhow next round. I think I'm gonna go stronghold and build a sanctuary in like round 5, maybe. Stronghold seems, I don't know. This is the thing with Witch's economy. I'm never like entirely clear because the same thing is like the thing is like a stronghold is stronghold's helpful because it gets me to F3, and I'm actually concerned that giants might mess me up there. Otherwise, I need to upgrade a lot of shipping. And unless if giants take F3 and nomads dig A7, then, oh no, I still connect through 3 ship with D9. I just rather connect with 2 ship having F3 and access to the west. So I want a stronghold. And because I want a stronghold, I have more workers than I need and not as many coins, even though I'm probably passing with call coins. So I'm talking myself into building a trading post this round, and I think I'm going to build it here because giants can't benefit from the power because they have 4 power income and they can only take 5, so they'll decline leech here. So I might as well build this when they're not able to use it. Sure. Yeah, that was also kind of weird because I just lost a point on the pass. Ugh. I don't know if that was correct. Totally wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, I don't know. That might have been dumb. I literally could have hard dug and built a dwelling there, and that would have been 2, 3. That would have been 3 points. And instead of doing something worth 3 points, I did something worth negative a point. So this whole decision chain was like negative 4 points. It's probably incorrect. How much is a stronghold? It is 6 coins, which we have, but I want more coins. So I'll take cult coins. Get a priest to... Can't tell you how much it'll have a priest to air. Priest to air would be really good. So if I did this whole decision, I'd be 4 coins shorter, because I wouldn't have a trading post, and then I would have also built a dwelling. So I'd be 4 coins poorer. So I could have still built my stronghold this turn, but then that's it. Which might be fine, because what else am I doing? I don't know. Please take double dig here, cultists. I actually might get priest to air here, which is was pretty strong. Question is, what are giants doing? Do they take F3 from me just because they know it's annoying? I don't know. I'll also use my cult bump on air, so that priest and cult bump together is 3 power, 2 workers, and 2 coins. It also means that like when I bump up to 6, yeah, sending another priest next turn just for another 2 coins, 2 power, and a worker is like totally reasonable. So what do we want to do this turn? Basically build a stronghold on E4, get a dwelling in F3 before giants munch it. Which I really don't know what they want to do, to be honest. Whoop, just trying to accept bleach here. Like, it's annoying to me, but are giants going to try to use 2 of their stronghold actions, G3, H3 to I3? I think sort of the golden rule with giants is that you want to like use your stronghold action twice to connect 2 existing red hexes. So for instance, G7, stronghold action on G8, do it again F6, and then you get a free one for F7. So it's like a 4 hex town that involves your stronghold function twice, which means in a 6-round game you get roughly 3 towns, and then you just spam some dwellings and some other reds. G3, H3 would be using the stronghold action 3 times, so it's a little inefficient, and there's a non-zero chance that nomads will double dig H4 or double dig H3, although they don't have any power. I don't know what nomads are what giants are up to. He might be waiting for me to build my stronghold on E4. I guess one consideration last turn about building my stronghold, my trading post on E4, is although I was being all clever last turn because I was building somewhere that I would have had to build anyhow at some point in the game at a time where giants couldn't accept the power, it means I need to build it on E4 this turn, so I have to give giants 4 power. So yep. Thing is, if I don't get F3, I still, if I build a stronghold this turn and I get a dwelling on F3, then after that I'd be like trying to spam out dwellings on D2, C1, try to get a town up there, probably, just because there's going to be cultists and nomad shenanigans going up in the northwest. There's neighbors there eventually. But I'd still need 3 ship to connect. Unless F2 is double dug, which it's, yeah, not going to. So I still need 3 ship. So my point is that if f3 gets smashed, I take d9, I build a town d9, d10, d11, e7-ish. It's much more awkward because what I'm doing is I'm hoping to God Cultists builds on e6 at some point because I just assume they need to because they need hexes. But also I want them to take it and then not dig e7, which is a single dig for them and a double dig for me. So it's a little bit trickier. But it is a backup plan, and d9 and a6 still connect with 3-ship. So I think here I just build a stronghold and give giants all the power, and there's not much I can do about it. Just in case my accent doesn't give away my nationality, I'll let the coffee cup do the rest of the job for me. So now that f3 is gone, so here's where we can do some risky stuff. Because either way, I connected with 3-ship this game. So 3-ship it is. b3 and d6 connect through 3-ship. So if I use my Witch's Flight, to d3, I would have to be committed to hard digging b3, and I don't actually have shipping right now. So that seems like something I'm not going to do this turn. It's an option. It would be a nice town. The other possible town space, but again, we're dealing with giants, and we're dealing with who, at this point, the giants are just going to dig any of those hexes again. Like it was always going to be 2 stronghold actions in the south for a town. The difference is whether they were going to get a total of 4 hexes or 5. At this point, they need to use their stronghold action again. They don't really much care where it is, I don't think. Point is that there is a possible town actually in the south, h6, h5, i5, but nomads can double dig i5, giants can stronghold action h5, and then we're kind of messed up. So just trying to consider town space here. But anyhow, I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to go d5 or d9 for now, I guess. Yeah. What else do we do this turn? How's our economy? And by that I mean current resources plus income of next turn. So we effectively have 11 workers and 4 coins. So building a trading post this turn, again, it's not terrible. How important is that dig for us? Who passes first? Cultists. Like, I think I'd like the big building bonus. if I can get it. I don't really need it. A dig is 3 workers and 2 coins. The big building is 2 workers and 4 points. I think 4 points is more important than 2 coins, and then yeah. So I build a trading post. Is that what we're talking ourselves into? I can also found a town next turn and do something with that. I can give cultists a bunch more power. I can give them double dig right now. Is that a bad idea? I don't have any other choice. It's either them. And the other option is I build it on d6, because again, giants can't take the power right now. But I think I'm going to found a town. The other question is, am I building a temple for Fire 2 next turn and just getting a bridge and digging this and calling it 2 towns? Is that how you do witches? Probably. Is Fire 2 bad? Temple for Fire 2? Seems like a lot of temples. So I would build it here if I wanted to do that, and then I would only get a town. I don't really have enough coins for all that. I'll still build it here. Nomads can't take coins next turn. Giants can. Because giants always have power. Why wouldn't he just leech that, even if it's just a coin? Relentless, yeah, I agree. I don't need the spade. I'd have a points pass tile. I'd have a 7 coin action. I'd like. I mean, I also need a bridge at some point. And I can't just assume, like, oh, it's mid-game, there's tons of time for bridges. Like, there is until, like, all of a sudden there isn't. Although, nomads need a bridge. Cultists are not really doing anything, it seems. They don't have a town with C3D5. They have a stranded... Like, I might see a neighbor on E6 quicker than I think. I'm going to use my cult bump because I want to stay... Well, The other thing is... What did everyone just do? Because the other interesting thing is that if I pass now for worker power, it comes with a 7 coin action. And giants are broke. And all this cult bump does is it gives me an extra worker. Are nomads getting like infinity power? No, they're not. All right, peace. Which is out in worker power? Oh, well, there's the worker I was going to get on the cult bump. I mean, really what I'm missing out here is on points, but I will always give up points for coins, usually. Right up until I lose the game. Ha 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 ha. Funny, not funny. Giants have lots of points. I guess they started with half of them, but... I, on the other hand, don't. Do I want to power? Of course I want to power. I get a half a coin and cultists get a worker. It seems like a good trade. With sarcasm. Now, if a bridge action comes back to me next turn, I will take it. I promise. But not before I take coins. And stick another priest in air. Alright, our economy's doing good. Not sold on another temple this turn. I'm really not. But then the question does come, when are we scoring points on the track? Oh, cultists are at E6. Okay. So, that's good news and bad news. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second, people. Hold the phone. I have 4 hexes in the north. Shock of shocks, I know. That's why I'm so good at this game. So, I don't need my Sanctuary on C4. That's just where it normally goes in this map. I could fight with cultists over E7. Or I could just, like, take it if he gives it to me later or not care, because I could actually build a temple this turn on D9 and make a sanctuary town over there. Now that's a lot of stuff because I need a trading post and a temple this turn. Probably I want a hard dig on D10. Decline build, use my witches... What is the stronghold ability called? Witch's Flight? Witch's Ride, okay. Use my Witch's Ride ability on D10 just because I'm cheap and it saves a worker and 2 coins. And then, yeah, I get a Sanctuary Town on D9. Doesn't really give us a huge network. It's really annoying. Giants taking F3. I thought we were doing good getting a stronghold at round 3, but it is a real bummer. If I'm carving out town space in the east, I don't know. Yeah. Because D3 to C1, which is still just 2 green hexes, but it comes with a free green on F1, and if you're feeling really wealthy later on in the game, you can sort of hard dig G1 and then get I2, so it sort of was like one spade for 2 hexes. Whereas on the east, D11 and we're kind of done, so my network would basically be like 1 more green and 2 more digs. Oh, look at that, a bridge. I said I would take it. Do I burn? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably. I mean, I'm not getting 5 more leech this turn. Probably not. So I'd need 3 workers. 4 or 5 for a trading post. 6, 7 for a temple. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 3 for a hard dig. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 workers. So I have 2 workers left. That's fine. And then 3 8 coins for a temple. Yeah, that all seems good. All right, let's just get this show on the road. Oh, and when I take fire too, I can found a town, so that's handy. I'm just plugging in. Yeah, I'm plugged in. I mean, I haven't scored a lot of points yet, and there isn't exactly a town round. I do have to remember that. I'm not scoring an extra 15 points off the track because I'm scoring 3 towns at the end of the game or something. Alright, sorry, I'm bad with looking at chat. D9 through D11 Sanctuary Town makes a lot of sense. I get coins and ability to do Temple this round for Air 1 and another trading post. Yep, something like that. Oh, well, except for I was thinking Fire 2. But you make good point about Air 1, it comes with a worker. See? Okay, that was a mistake on my end. That was definitely a mistake on my end. I should have sent my priest to Air. Yeah. Alright, that might have cost me 4 points. Yeah, that was bad. I should have not taken that bridge and just sent my priest to Air. I wasn't paying attention that everyone had sent priests there. So what's the next easiest way to score points? Probably through the water track. So I send a priest to water this turn. Yeah, so I think, so 1, 2, 3... I think what I do is, there's no point... Yeah. So this turn's going to be a little long. I'm going to build a dwelling here. I'm going to go trading post, temple, possibly Air 1 if I think I can afford it. Another trading post. I think that would be all my resources. Next turn I could sanctuary here for the other of Air 2 or Fire 1. Found a town here. This becomes the town immediately, and then I would just hard dig and then I don't know what I do. Like, I can probably do that all next turn. So I don't really know. I guess in the last turn I'm just sort of spamming out dwellings and trying to somewhere and upgrading shipping, and I feel really bad about this air cult. I don't really know if I should be... Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, Priest of Fire. Yeah, Priest of Fire is a possibility. Means I have 5 more turns this round. So who passes first? So how are the passing tiles going to fall? Nomads almost certainly pass first, and they'll pass with a big building pass tile. Which means someone will probably pass for dwellings and someone else for ship scoring. And I'll be left without a pass tile again. It's pretty ugly. Yeah. Yeah. He might upgrade this stuff more. Do I give him 3 for 2 in hopes that he upgrades E7? I don't know. I don't think so. Shaping up to be a pretty good Witches game. Yeah, thanks, Lens. It's looking okay. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's going pretty well. I'm missing out. My turns are really long, and so I'm missing out on pass tiles. What I need right now is to like pass into the dwelling bonus. That priest, not getting a priest to air was a big blunder. I should have done that before taking the bridge, because the bridge wasn't really under threat, and I had the power I could have done it the next turn. Instead, Cultist got the last priest spot. So the difference would be me being at 7 and Cultist being at 1. It would be more clear that I'd probably be winning this cult. Instead, it's kind of annoying. And I would like some cult points this game. Like, there's just not that much competition, and I feel like I should be able to... 3 for 2? Yeah, so this I'll accept. So at this point, I will pass for the dwelling bonus if no one does. But, I mean, it's, no, I think I'll pass on 5 for 4. I think Cultists probably... Well, I guess there's not a ton of points for Cultists. So maybe they just rather continue building out their economy, although I don't know what that means. I don't really want the ship scoring. I guess with the ship scoring, the thing is, yeah, that's fine. So either way, I'm passing here. I'm not getting out another trading post. I'm okay with that. I have power coming in. So I'm either taking the dwelling bonus if it's there. If not, I'll take the ship scoring. And when I found 2 towns next turn, maybe all 3, I'll take enough resources, whatever that looks like. I mean, I don't know what I'll take. I might take a cult town or a combination of stuff, but I'll at least get my ship up to 2. If I get stuck with the ship town, or with the ship, pass ship VP tile. But cultists might actually want that. Yeah, of course they do. What am I talking about? So here, I'm happy to pass. The only other thing I would want to do is like maybe eco to another trading post, but whatever. I'm totally happy with life. Like, oh no, what I would have wanted to do is pass for the is send a priest to fire, but So I'm missing out on like 2 coins here. But that's fine. I've got Nair 1. It's worth 2 points this round, so we'll just do that. I get the coins. No, I don't. Yeah. Cultists. Yeah, nomads have been doing a lot of passing and a lot of not getting coins. Cultists. Is that free power? Yeah, nice. Cultists' power bowl is going to be 033. So they can burn below 6 and take coins. Right? Do cultists in this current setup with 7 structures on the board and 11 coins at the beginning of next round burn below 6 for coins? I'm not convinced they do. Nomads can't take it, so I mean, I'll burn down to anything for coins because 16 coins is better than 9 of them, right? Actually, no. Giants get coins. Because first action, I hard dig G8 and secure it. Otherwise, I lose a town there. So let's hope cultists burn down below 6 and take them. I'd rather them have coins than giants, and also it would cause them not to be able to double dig, which also is good for us. I've never been so excited for someone to take coins. Coins, coins. Take them. Also, I'm probably only going to found 1 town this turn, because in order to found a town on D9, I'd need to turn D10 into a trading post, or D11. And I'd rather do that next turn for 3 extra points. So I hard dig G8 and build a dwelling. I build a sanctuary on D9 for fire 2. And take 2 towns, I'm not really sure what, and then use my witch's ability to jump to D11. And then Fire 2 is actually a little awkward here because I won't really be using it that much, because then like I'm just gonna build trading posts in round 6 on like D11 and like E5, F5, G8, like one of those. The reason it's handy is because nomads aren't being a very good neighbor on A7. That's really the only place I need it. That's lovely. Okay, so I'm going to do this before I get too creative with anything else. I have 3 priests, and I need to use them. I normally am never one for these types of moves. Other than possibly needing to build an expensive trading post on A6. But there's a chance, I mean, nomads are in the same boat, so they might need to cozy up to me on A7. I don't know. No, they wouldn't do that. If nomads build another dwelling to make a 7-point town in the north, a dwelling would do it, so they would build away from me. So I'm never getting a neighbor in the north. My point is that given the fact that I probably don't need Fire 2, other than to found a town this turn, is there some wacky world where I actually, with my Sanctuary on D9, take Air 3, and then jam a Priest into Air? It would be worth 4 points for me, because otherwise I'm coming in, I'm going to get 2 points off that, unless I take Air 3. It would also, right now I'm sitting at spot 6, I'd get 2 workers and 5 power. So it's worth, and it would be the difference of effectively getting 2 points versus 8 on it. So Air 3 plus a priest, but I mean I have priests, is worth 2 workers, 2.5 coins, and 6 points. And then I found towns next turn. My only concern is, do I have enough coins also to upgrade shipping 3 times? And build an expensive trading post. Because how many more coins would I need this game? Well, I definitely need to build 3 trading posts next turn, and one of them would be expensive. So I'd need 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. I'd legit need 24 coins. Mind you, Fire 2 is only saving me 3 of them. Not sure I care. Well, I do care, but I think what I mean is that I'm going to do it anyhow. Honestly though, well, nomads will probably take coins because they have nothing else to do. Otherwise, this could be the shortest round in the world for me. I'm going to do this, and then everyone can hate this if you need to. Without Fire 2, I need 4 trading posts. Oh, right, and I only have... Right, so one of them would need to be a temple anyhow. Which means that I would end up just taking a temple for Fire 2 here and making this a town. So I'm back to building like a temple and as many trading posts as I can. I'm not sure. You're probably right that Air 3 move, in a sense, cost me... Yeah, that's an interesting way of looking at things, because taking this Air 3 effectively cost me, I think, if I sat here and thought about it and found a way to put it into words, it cost me like another trading post that I wouldn't otherwise build. Which means this move was bad, because a trading post next turn is like 6 points. So yeah, that might have been really silly. Which is why usually these types of moves aren't good. I thought this might have been one of those times where it was good, but I was totally miscounting. And nomads have enough for coins. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. And by we'll see, I mean, let's math it out. So I need 3 ship. That's awesome. I would need... I only have 3 trading posts left. One here, 2 there. Oh. And then a temple. So I need 27 things, and I have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 24. Wait. I have 27 things, including my income right now. And how many things do I need? Yeah, Sean's... I mean, yeah, it's doable. I'm sure 10 things. Basically. 9 when I send a priest to air. Coin town is 6. And another coin town. Something is incorrect if I'm taking 2 coin towns in the last round. So, yeah. That's all not super good. So, a few things. I can send a priest to air now. It basically just converts my priest back to a worker. So it's 1 extra thing. Otherwise, I'm sort of done building up my economy. I don't want to build any more trading posts this turn, and I'm not building a temple this turn, because a temple is less stuff overall. I'd rather the coins. So the only other thing that I would do is like send priests to cults. And again, I can always send a priest to air next turn. The thing it does this turn is that it converts into a worker through the cult bonuses. If I do that, who goes next? Giants. Giants pass on to the big building. Pretty sure, pretty soon. If Giants pass into the big building, Nomads are already passed. It then goes to... I then have to outlast Cultists to get a 3-ship pass tile. Or... I pass now. Let's take that. And I hope the math all works out. I need some coins down. Good call though, Relentless, on that Air 3 not probably being correct. Yeah. Fire 2, founding a town. And putting a priest in air when I took the bridge would have all been much better. I probably still get... I probably still build 3 trading posts. And I probably still get my towns. It just means that I'm probably going to need like 2 coin towns or a coin town and a ship town if the coin towns get taken. So awkwardly, what this might look like is if for some reason nomads don't take the coins next turn, because they want, I mean, they don't need to double dig anymore, right? I don't imagine. Then I mean, if they don't take the coins, then take the coins, obviously. If they do, which they probably will, then I basically temple for fire 2 and take both coin towns. Yeah. So yeah, network isn't super huge, which again feels really bad because I'm witches here. I don't have any color neighbors. I guess giants are in and they're kind of messed me up on F3. But well, I have 3 more structures than cultists on the board. I have 3 more structures than nomads. I have 2 more structures than giants. The problem is even when I build all of my trading posts for points, I'm gonna have a bunch of dwellings left over, and I just don't have any natural, like, we'll see. If I end up having more stuff than I think I will, or I get some leech or something, I don't know. What would be really lovely is once my ship is at 3, that I do oh my people. Of course, he was taking a bridge. Why didn't I notice that? Why didn't I notice that? Well, that makes me feel warm and fuzzy. The only thing better than a coin action in the game is getting 3 of them. So. Yep. Okay, so I hate to toggle over here. If anyone watches Ranier streams, he does also crazy high econ games where he has just like a million resources. He also does like no math. I'm, on the other hand, I do apologize in advance. I'm actually going to count everything out because I don't have any intuitive sense of like, I don't know, that looks like a lot of stuff, but like, I don't know, how much is a lot of stuff? Also, in a magical dream world, I would upgrade 3 shipping found on my towns. It would be lovely. I'd zoom over to B3, hard dig it, build a dwelling, and then build onto D3 to extend my network. Because as is, I found all these towns, I'm building these trading posts, and it's great, and I get a temple for fire 2 or whatever. Then I have dwellings left on my board, and it's like, I need to fight for network. Like, I need better network points. And although like I'm ahead on structures with a lot of these other guys, it's like it's basically just a difference of the dwellings that they haven't yet built. Like if nomads build 2 dwellings, I'm only 1 structure ahead of them. Giants build 2 dwellings, and I'm tied with them. Now I do have more stuff than them. So I should be able to win network here, right? And do I still send a priest to air? I might not at this point. The other thing that's going through my head is at some point I really need to start thinking about sequencing this last turn correctly, because at some point, like, I'm holding on to 5 priests and I need 3 of them for shipping. But that means the other 2 can go in a cult. So and the thing is I think giants are short enough on coins here that are they building a trading post? They're probably counting their resources right now. They're pretty coin short. and they want another town. And so they probably want fire 2 and a coin town. So I have to, when the turn comes back to me, I might want to really just like have my resources double checked by then. And, whoa. I gotta say, I was not expecting that. Giant spending 6 coins for a dig for 6 coins again. Oh, and this opens things up a lot. Okay. So now I don't need fire 2. I still need to build a temple because I need 4 trading posts. So I still need a temple. I still need the same amount of stuff. But I can actually take a temple for something else and be really greedy and it not be fire 2. The only reason I'd take a temple for fire 2 is if I literally didn't have enough stuff to build that last trading post anyhow. Because I really, like, once I build 3 trading posts and then I build a temple, it's going to give me a trading post to build again, and it's a TP round. So I really want to try to figure out a way to do all that. And if I can't, like, I just can't afford it, regardless of what towns I take, then fair enough. Then I will build a temple for fire 2, which is basically just me, giving up on the last trading post. But anyhow, can I build 37 things? And I actually have 35 things right now. So I'm only missing 2 things, which means the towns that I take, I think a cult town is good. And I'd love to save 3 workers to hard dig B3 to then use a witch's flight there and then build another dwelling. That would be 5 more things. 5 more things seems good. So let's assume that. So now I also need a 3 worker dig, and I also want 1 dwelling. So I need 12 workers, which I have. And I need 3 priests, which I have. And then if I just count the stuff, I need 43 things. And right now, I have, sorry, I'm sure this is painful for all of you guys. 28. And I have 35 things. See, the coin town is gone, but you can't get everything. I got the 7 coin action. So is that worth it? That's 8 more things that I would need. That's a lot of stuff. So maybe I can't actually do the dwelling situation. It seems really lame, eh? I can't eke out 2 more dwellings here? I mean, I guess the other consideration is that if I'm building a temple, the temple could be something goofy like water 2, which means a cult town, that would be 3 power back, and a cult town would be, that's 3 more things. So now I'm missing 5 things. Ugh. Okay, if it involves a power town, it's also probably incorrect. So let's start with a cult town. Relentless, good point on the fire too. I don't know how old this comment is. There's probably a way for me to check. Can I click on these comments so I know like how recent this was? Anyhow, I guess the point there is that yes, fire 2 means I don't have to build the last trading post. You're right. So it saves me 7 things. And I can fight, and I'd have enough stuff. Like, that's the missing stuff. I've been sitting here trying to find extra things. Well, don't build a temple. Or don't build an extra trading post. That's 5 things. Problem is, and I know network's super important, but something feels just goofy about the fact of me leaving a trading post on the board when I don't have Earth 1, I have Water 1, I have Air 1. So building a trading post in round 6 is legitimately worth 7 points. Because I left 3, like I build these 2, and then let's say I go fire 2. So I build this, I now have 1 trading post left on my board. So Air 1 is 3 points when I pass. So this last trading post gives me 3 points for Water 1, 1 extra point on Air 1, and 1 here. So that's 7 points to the table. Is it really worth it to do that? I don't know. Maybe. So I'm probably just going to continue like annoyingly punting decisions until I figure out how big people's networks are going to be. Giants are... I don't know what Giants are doing. Like, if they want a town here, then they need 2 trading posts and a temple for fire 2 as well, which is 17 things, and they have 17 things. So that's what Giants are up to. Giants are going to found a 3rd town with fire 2. Which means we're getting leech here and here and here, which we won't take. So we're getting 3 power for 1 victory point. So that's another coin and a half. He's going to build here and here. So I'd rather... If I build here, then this becomes a 3 for 2. And a 1 for 0, which is 4 power for 2 victory points. I'm a little cheap at this point. You know what I'd really like is to take another cult town right now. Is that terrible? Oh, this also gives cultists power. I think I go here. I have extra priests. Yeah, I totally wanted a cult town back there, but I chickened out. I feel like I'm second guessing. And I think nomads might take a cult town here. I don't know. If I take a trading post, I upgrade ship twice more. I think I need to build a temple. That's all 22 things. Fire 2 does come with 4 points. Oh. And then there's always the question everyone asks themselves when the 2-key town is left on the board this late. Is like, how bad is 2 keys right now? And the answer is it's terrible. The end. Sorry, that was my attempt of humor. It was really not great. It can be kind of fancy if you're like behind some of these cult factions. I saw Logus take it in a game not too long ago as mermaids. But it actually kind of made sense because he was like chasing someone up the water cult and was able to like jump and secure like a cult and then also get like an extra couple points. So it was like, it was still worth 8 or 9 points plus some power and some swing points. But it's worthwhile looking at. So, network. Nomads are connected, giants are connected. I haven't really talked much about network. Cultists are not connected, obviously. Which is kind of annoying for them because they also have 3 ship. But they needed shipping to score points and to get places. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, this is much better. This probably doesn't show up in the stream. Someone can let me know. I just pulled it out of the... Yeah, there we go. I just pulled this tab off of the calculator, off of the stream browser, just so you're not always having to stare at it with me. Because it's a pretty ugly looking page, but... Nomads have enough to get down to 14 structures. What about giants? I think we decided that giants were just... Well, I decided giants are building a trading post. And a temple for fire too. That's 12 things. Which they have, and then they have 2 extra power. So they basically have a priest and a worker left over when they found a town for... Yeah, which means that they're not getting any extra structures on the board, actually. Does mean if I want to beat giants, though, I need 1 more structure on the board. The other annoying thing is that I'll have to be cultists have upgraded digs, so if I want to be really cheap, and dig and decline, I have to do it when cultists have no more workers left, which could be actually really tricky. Because they could just put a single dig. Yeah, so it probably means that I need to do a 3-worker dig. Might not even use... Oh, then I just use my witches thing here on D3. So that's all worth it. Uh, 28 things. 13. Just upgrading ship to punt the decision. is. Alright, sorry for the radio silence there. I just had to do some math. I was short some resources, and then I just leached exactly what I needed. So the plan, you're going to hate it, everyone is, involves a power town. So you know it's good. It involves me building a temple right now for Fire 2 and taking a power town, which is a total of 10 power, 2 for going up fire, which is why I sent that priest earlier, because I know I'm going to go up here. Which actually means I should send another priest right now. Yeah, definitely. So what I'm going to do is burn 2 down as power and do this. So I'm going to build a temple for Fire 2. I'm going to take a power town. No, I'm going to take a temple for something random. I have no idea what. And then I'm going to build a trading post. I'm going to found a 3rd town, and then I'm going to upgrade ship a 3rd time, dig and build on B3 all at once, and then use my witch's stronghold ability here. That gets me down to 3 structures on the board, which should win me network. And it gets me another town. So I don't know what I take, water 2 or something silly. Sure. Okay. So I'll show you what I'm thinking here. So I want to be greedy. I want to build another trading post in this round. I also want to win network. There aren't that many ways to do that. Taking a power town sucks. They're like 3 points worse than the priest town. It's a lot, but I think it's actually worth it to both win network and build a trading post. I can also try to get some call points off it. At this point, Fire 3 is kind of in play almost. Water 2. Wait a second. Yeah, thanks, Relentless. And again, sorry for the radio silence here. I realize it's been a little bit painful. I've been it's sort of down to the wire here. Like, I'm just trying to really maximize my scoring potential here. That last minute of scribbling was a crazy thought where I'm 2 coins short, so I would have needed another like 4 for 3 leech before I made the decision of what favor tile. But there was actually a world where if I got another 4 for 3 leech, I could have bought a priest action, took fire 3, sent 2 priests to fire, then build a trading post for a power town and still go to trading post and 2 more dwellings. But that's a little too much. I think this is pretty good. At the end of the day, we're not doing too bad on cults. We can probably get 16 cult points. Yeah. So we'll probably get 16 on cults, hopefully 18 network, unless something weird happens. I'll get 6 more points for building another trading post, 5 for my witch's ability when I found a town, and then 6 on a power town, 8 on the pass, 4 on the pass, rare one. $152. Upgrade ship once. 150 something. I don't know. Someone figure that math out. This is really annoying. I don't actually think I need this, but I am gonna do another painful thing where I just triple check. So I need a 3 worker dig and a dwelling. I need a trading post. I need an upgrade ship. That's 6 workers, 9 coins, and a priest. Or in other words, 16 things. 7 of which have to be workers. So we have 7 workers, and we also have a priest. So really we're just short the coins. So it's 17 things. And we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 12 things. We have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 12 things. Oh, and we're getting the last thing from going up water. So we leech another coin from water. 1, 2, 3 when I burn, 4 from water, 5, 6, 13. And a power town is 17 things, and I need exactly 17 things. Yeah, I'm good. So now I just do this. Actually, I burn a power right down so I can build a trading post here and grab a power town, which is pretty hilarious. But this is where we are in life. Don't judge. What towns have we taken? A cult town, a ship town, and a power town? That's a lot of economy. That's like only 28 points on towns. Taking 8 power, a priest, and 4 coins off of your towns is like, I don't know. Next thing we do is we upgrade ship. And there's a possibility that cultists know what we're up to. Cultists maybe care, I don't know. So we're going to upgrade ship, and then I'm going to hard... Oh, Nomad still has a sandstorm. Really wish they would use that. You know? Oh, Nomads have passed. Okay, well that makes life admittedly quite a bit better. So why don't we just go up water? Even though cultists are going to beat us on it, it's still helpful to know. We'll just do this. Yeah, because I need the coin. So what could bugger up our game really bad is if cultists get a sense that we might have enough stuff to get out a couple more dwellings, which reasonable thing to assume we might, because I only have 4 dwellings left pretty much. Alright. Still has 2 priests left, and priests are workers, and cultists have upgraded digs. So we'll just see how this goes. Upgrading ship, just minding my own business, cultists. Nothing to see here. Presumably he wants to send a priest to water right now. Right? Priest to water gives him a resource point, and a point going up and a swing against me, so he's converting his priest into 2 points, or 3 against me. Yeah, I'm sorry that this game has been so long. Okay. Oh, and I have a leftover priest. Yeah, I thought one of those counts. I realized I had one more thing. Oh well. I don't think the priest is worth anything anywhere. It's not funny. So we just chill with the priest. Doesn't convert to a coin anywhere. Not that that's even helpful. Everyone's passed, so we just pass with the priest. Good stuff. That's fun. So, I don't know if we have this game or not. It's decent. I haven't really been keeping track of my opponent's scores too much. We were a little sneaky, and I'm surprised cultists didn't take us on water. I guess they had Earth 1, did they? Yeah, they had Earth 1, so I guess just, I don't know. You can go to another dwelling. It was okay for them. Yeah, this game went pretty well. I mean, we didn't start with very many points, and scoring without Earth 1 is always a little different, just because you can't just hammer out dwellings. But the first 2 rounds were pretty lucky for us, in that it was a dwelling round following by a dig round. And we spammed out a bunch of dwellings round 1, and then got double spade round 2 while we had the dwelling bonus. So it's almost like we got our Earth 1 scoring out of the way for the game. And then just had to be kind of clever with the rest of our resources. So H7 to start. Where's H7? Nomads? Yeah, that was a fun one. It was a little tricky towards the end with all that Fire 2 stuff that I wasn't sure about, and taking Air 3 was really awkward, and yeah, I think we definitely made a couple mistakes there that could have resulted in much worse things happening to us, but anyhow, at the end of the day, it was enough for the win. What are these folks saying? Nice, didn't realize you had enough for it. not entirely sure what they're saying. As always, let's just quickly break down the look at the breakdown, the stats, just to see where things. I always like to start at the bottom, just get an idea of Leech in terms of total VP awarded and all that kind of stuff. So we actually got quite a few points in this game, 165, which is a lot. We started with only 8 and then lost 17 to Leech. So we started with 8, lost 17, so we were essentially minus 9 points or something like that. But managed to score quite a few throughout the game. Where did we get them all? So Favor Tiles was good. Having enough early economy to eke out Error 1 in round 3 felt really nice. I know it was only like 2 points that round, but getting Error 1 out round 3 was just so nice. I think we had 2 points off it in round 4, 2 in round 5, and 4 in round 6. So like an 8-point Error 1. And then we got a 21-point Water 1, which is a lot for Water 1. Anyhow, lots of Favor Tiles scoring, as always. I love Favor Tiles. Scoring tiles, so this is the track, so we did a pretty good job of hitting the track. Again, that's just because we had such a good start. We had the resources to like get a Stronghold or Sanctuary, and then also get a Stronghold in round 3 and a Sanctuary in round 5. And then we did build a temple here for Air 1, and I guess we got 3 trading posts here and like 5 dwellings, so it was just like we were able to make the track work just because we had so much Leech early on and so much stuff. We were never really broke, which was a lot of fun. Where else did we get points? 18 for Founding Towns is okay. It's, again, like, not great given the fact that it was 3 towns. It kind of looks like it could have been 2 priest towns. It wasn't. Cult scoring we got really lucky on, and I actually kind of lost track of the cults here. I guess cultists just kind of had a rough game. As witches, particularly with this priest blunder, only getting a single priest to air and 2 to fire, like, I just feel pretty lucky that we were able to eke out like 2, like it was very min-max in a sense, right? It was like we got a cult here, we didn't even touch Earth. I guess this was we got up to 1 Earth because of the cult bump, and then we were able to just get enough to eke out 4 points, which is like beautiful. It's like not that many resources, and so the cult stuff just kind of worked out in our favor, and I don't really even know why. I didn't work that hard for it. It just kind of happened, which was really nice. And then area scoring. Again, this was hard, trying to figure out that area scoring at the end and trying to figure out exactly how many structures people were going to have on the board, but it's part of what's challenging about like the last round of Terra Mystica and trying to do stuff half decent is like trying to look at your opponent's resources and put yourself in their shoes and try to figure out, if I had these resources, like what stuff left would I build? I never really had a great handle on what nomads were up to. Cultists were challenging too, but I remember in the last round I was able to kind of figure out giants. And so that stuff, if you have the headspace for it, I find can be really helpful, just so you know like what are you fighting for. Because one thing I've really noticed is like if you can figure out that you're not going to win network, then just fight for what you know you can get. Like if you can get second place, then fighting for second place, but no more than that. If you know first place is out of reach, like do something else, build taller and score points or something. So yeah, it was a bit of a gamble sort of a network. I wasn't sure that I was going to get it, but it turned out to work pretty well. Thanks, Winsworth. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, well, I think that's all for now. Thanks so much for everyone for tuning in and watching another game on Arena. Not sure when I'm going to be streaming next. I might be doing a little bit tomorrow, but certainly sometime between tomorrow, Friday weekend. Like I'm sure I'll probably be streaming at least a game, if not 2. So if you haven't already, just follow the channel and you get notifications and stuff when I'm going live. Yeah, also feel free to just like add me on BGA if you want me to let you know when I'm going to be streaming and stuff like that. You can also hit me up on Discord too. Awesome. Well, thanks again, everyone. I really appreciate everyone coming to hang out and for everyone's participation in the chat and stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.